Polar bears, brown bears, grizzly bears, black bears. I don't care. When a bear is trying to eat you, you need to protect yourself or you become an I don't care bear. And Larry here cares. And that's why he packs some protection. Larry, what do you got to defend yourself from a bear?
Well, my go-to all the time up here, no matter what I'm doing, is my trusty 458 Lott. Yeah, it's a overkill for some, underkill for others. A gun Jim West built me at Wild West Guns. It is the quintessential Alaska gun, in my opinion, as far as the weapon. Synthetic stock, stainless action and barrel. Montana 99, controlled round feed, controlled extraction. I know if the bullet's in there, I know if it's not. Impervious to weather, as reasonable as possible it is.
Yeah, stainless synthetic. Yeah. What else can you do?
You know, low magnification Maven 2 to 10 scope. At 2, I can keep both eyes open if I have to work really close. Quick detach rings. Got a Trijicon RMR that goes on it occasionally for really tight quarter stuff if you're crawling through the bushes. If you're out somewhere, have to follow something up in the bushes, take this off, use the good old express sights if necessary.
Yeah, I noticed you've got a low express sight on there. I really like that. And in the front side, obviously, you've got the fiber optics. Yeah. So you've kind of got every option for sighting in the book right here.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing rides in a float case, in the boat, in the plane, in the camper, wherever it's at. It's always ready to go. Pull it out in the rain like we have. We've been hunting and fishing the last few days. Yeah. Rain nearly every day. You don't feel bad slinging it over your shoulder and dragging it, you know, dragging it wherever.
Yeah. Now I noticed you have an octagonal barrel on there. Any particular reason?
I'm just a big fan of octagon barrels. You know, they do say that they cool faster because there's more cooling surface because of the flats and stuff. Whether it's real or not, I don't know. But I've got 3 or 4 custom built guns all with octagon barrels because I just dig them.
Yeah. Now that's a fairly hefty rifle here. A little bit muzzle heavy, which is nice. It stays on target better. I like it that way anyway. What do you put the weight on this thing at?
It's probably 9.5 pounds.
9.5, yeah, I'd guess that. Get on target pretty quickly. Oh yeah, look at that. It's right there. Beautiful.
It's wrong-handed for you, but right-handed for me.
Well, some of you just don't get the right answer.
That's the left answer. We're the only ones in our right mind.
It's out in left field as far as I'm concerned. Now, the Montana action. Tell folks about that. Why did you pick that?
You know, at the time, it was one of the only options available for a left-handed guy like me. Yeah. But of those actions available, it is my pick, or was my pick, because it's based on a Winchester Model 70 with the controlled round feed, the claw extractor, the 3-position safety. I love to be able to throw that safety to the middle position and work the bolt to chamber around. When we are hunting and fishing, it stays in a float case, but most of the time I have a round in the chamber with the bolt handle up so it's out of battery, so it can't fire. But if I need it in a pinch, I just palm that bolt over and flip the safety forward to the fire position, and it's quick and easy.
Yeah, controlled round feed is what most people want for dangerous game of any kind, because that bolt controls the round completely. Once it springs out from the magazine and gets underneath that big claw extractor, it is held there. So when you shove forward, if you get all excited and forget to come down to lock it in the battery and you start coming back to pick up another round because it won't fire, you're going to pull that first round out of the way. With a push feed, you'll leave it in the chamber and then you've got a jam. So that's why guys like it for controlled round feed action. Got your floor plate here so you can bounce out and take all your rounds out quick and easy. Some people worry about that springing open on them. Have you ever had it happen?
I've never had it happen. Don't know anybody that's had it happen. I know that it does happen, but me personally and the people that I know, I've never had an issue with it.
Yeah, I have never had an issue with them either. And I like it for clearing a gun in a hurry. Now, 3-position safety, I assume you really like that?
I do. I like it a lot. You know, like I said, it's, you know, all the way back. Right now, there's nothing in it, which you can see.
Yep.
Whenever it is chambered, all the way back is full safe. You put it on that middle safe and you can open that bolt and work it, and you can remove a round or add a round.
And it's still on safe.
And it's still on safe. Yeah. I carry it, like I said, in just the float place most of the time, just like this.
That's different.
Because it's out of the battery, so it's safe. It can't fire. But if I need it in a hurry, if things go sideways, I literally pull it out, do this, and push it forward. And it's much quicker than having to draw it all the way back, chamber around completely.
And who did you say made that synthetic stock?
This is a Macmillan stock. You know, Jim's been building guns up here for years and years, and he's a friend of mine, and they're just good guns, and it's treated me well for a decade.
Yeah.
I've carried it in the nastiest
Now, I want to say something about this stock. See, you look at the stock lines in here, and I like this. This is a good slim stock. And you've got a fairly open grip here, not one of these modern pistol grips. You know, everybody these days is going to the elaborate combs and the adjustable this and the adjustable length of pull and a vertical grip, and that slows the rifle down. I don't think you want that on a dangerous game rifle.
Absolutely not. Yeah, you can't point it in a hurry, and it doesn't. The tactical long-range hunting may be a application for it, but certainly not protection or dangerous game hunting.
Yeah. Now, have you taken game with this?
I have. We've killed brown bear, we've killed moose, we've killed grizzly bear, we've killed buffalo, we've killed a lot of stuff with that gun.
Did your dad use this on his big hunt?
He
brown
did.
Bear hunt?
Yeah, whenever he came up here with a friend of mine that's a guide and outfitter, I let him use that gun, and he killed a really nice brown bear not too far from where we're at, and just did a number on him.
Nice. Well, folks, just because Larry likes a 458 Lott, which is a lot of horsepower, this thing is generating probably close to about 6,000 foot-pounds of energy.
I think 5,800 and change, yes, sir.
What bullet are you shooting in
I'm
it?
shooting a 500 grain Barnes TSX. I've got them. I shoot it in my 470. They've worked well on everything from buffalo down to mule deer, big bears, moose. They just great bullets.
Yeah, this is the 375 H&H case, necked up obviously to 45. I have used these for buffalo in Africa with the same bullet, 500 grain triple shock. It's just a great bullet because it's one piece. You're not going to break apart, and you don't want to break apart on a big animal like that. You want all your mass for deep penetration, get consistent expansion with that hollow nose and those petals opening up. It's just a devastating load.
Yes, they make devastating wound channels. I've had some exit wounds on some of these big animals that you could put your fist in.
Oh, man. Yeah. Well, that's Larry's choice, folks. I would advise you, though, to carefully consider all aspects of this. You've got to be able to carry that rifle. Maybe it's too big for you. Maybe the recoil is too much for you. You can't handle it. You notice he has a muzzle brake on here. It's going to blow his ears out. But Larry said, well, if there's a bear about to eat him, he's not too worried about losing his hearing. He's going to save his life.
I don't hear where. See, I don't talk well.
Say what?
I hear well anyway. So what's one more round out of a gun?
But consider that sort of thing. You know, a muzzle brake will also help you stay on target a little better. If you got your first shot at the bear and you need another one, there's less recoil knocking you back, so you get back on target a little faster with a muzzle brake. So something to consider. But 375 H&H is real good bear medicine.
Great.
338s are real popular. Do you always use this rifle and nothing else when you're in Alaska hunting?
No, this is just my standard go-to. It's always with me, but I've got a couple of other guns that I use when we're strictly fishing. I've got a different rifle that's plenty good for any kind of bear you might run into. That's a little easier to pack around. Yeah, I've got a couple of different guns that I use. This is just the one that stays with me all the time.
Okay. Well, we might just visit with Larry again and check out a couple of his other guns that he uses in Alaska and Yukon and anywhere in the North Country. He hunts in a lot of places. You've hunted Africa too quite a bit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, hey, I just want to recommend that you guys find out what works for you. It might even be a handgun. You might want a 460 Smith & Wesson or a 10 millimeter. Sounds really small, but they're really quite popular and they have been used successfully too. It pretty much comes down to putting the right bullet in the right place. You've got to use a hard, solid bullet that's going to penetrate deeply and then hit that bear in the right place. You're not going to just knock him over by pure power. It's a combination of power and the right bullet hitting the right vital. And the right vitals are essentially the central nervous system or support bones.
Yeah, break him down structurally or take his spinal process out,
but
one or the other.
You do a heart-lung shot, and that bear's got plenty of life left in him to rip you a new one before he finally succumbs.
That's
so
right.
Consider all that stuff when you choose your bear protection. You might also even want to consider bear spray. Larry carries it as well up here. That's always kind of your first line of defense if you can use it. But boy, when there's an all-out charge and it happens just like that, if you surprise a bear at a kill or something, you better be ready to defend yourself. So that's the advice from Alaska with a seasoned pro, Larry Pancake, Mr. Rodeo.
And a seasoned pro of a pro, Mr. Ron Spomer.
No, I'm a seasoned pro interviewer. So thanks for joining us, folks. Be safe out there, be prepared, and hunt honest and shoot straight.